welcome. You are watching the Newshour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. It's been 44 hours and still India's braveheart and a serving army soldier breathed his last after being hounded and stabbed to death by a DMK councillor, Chinnasamy. The killer Neta has been put behind bars, but what's shocking is that he's still very much in the DMK. Even the Chief Minister thinks that the brutal murder of the defender of Makkal, Lance Naik Prabhu, doesn't deserve a response from him. In fact, now it seems that the DMK is bent on trying to downplay the entire incident. In fact, they've gone on to say that it was just a petty fight that is being blown up and politicized by the BJP.
It was a small petty clash among the relatives, I think. But immediately the police have arrested the councillor and others who are involved in the crime, and they are booked under specific sections of the act. The police has taken action, that's all. Police has not left that since he is a DMK man. Police did not ignore arresting him. They have arrested him. It is a clash between two people of the same village. See, for every clash, if somebody dies, CM cannot go. He had instructed the people to book the culprits.
The cold-blooded murder of Lance Naik Prabhu has sparked national outrage. Veterans hit the streets demanding justice. Various parts of Tamil Nadu also witnessed protests by the BJP. The Saffron Party slammed the radio silence of the Chief Minister.
Whenever a DMK person is involved in any crime, they do everything possible to hide it. That too, when a public representative of DMK is involved, they do everything possible to make sure that crime is not reported. In this case, a sitting DMK councillor, they did everything possible in their hand to hush up the matter. So CM somehow, I think he has gone into a shell. Some issues we spoke about in the right spirit, this rights lobby, they go down to a deep slumber. They are the Kumbhakarnas. This Kumbhakarnas wakes up only when their ecosystem is threatened. Only when their so-called carefully orchestrated, built JNU type ecosystem gets threatened, then they come to Jantar Mantar marching in the street. But in this case, the so-called rights lobby should feel ashamed of themselves.
The crestfallen family of Prabhu is yet to come to terms with what has happened, but that hasn't stopped them from revealing the truth. In fact, now they have made a sensational charge. Prabhu's wife said that the cop who assisted the DMK councillor on the night of February 8 even stomped on the deceased soldier. She asked, why is the Chief Minister still silent, and was there an effort to try and cover up the murder?
ஸ்டேஷனில் சேர்ந்து பிளான் பண்ணி ஈவினிங் ஒரு 5-5:30 இருக்கும். அந்த டைமில் எங்கள் மாமனார் வந்து ஊர் கவுண்டர் ஒரு சித்தப்பா இருக்காரு, அவர்கிட்ட சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாங்க காலையில் இந்த மாதிரி ஆச்சு அப்படின்ட்டு. அந்த கவுன்சிலர் இந்த வழியில் போயிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. எங்கள் மாமனார் பேர் சொல்லி, டே மாதையா, உன்னால் என்ன பண்ணிட முடியும், என்ன பிடுங்க முடியும், நான் கவுன்சிலரு, என் நேயத்தை அடுத்தவங்களுக்கு சொல்லி திரும்பாத அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு மாதிரி இன்சல்ட் பண்ணி பேசிட்டாங்க. அந்த கவுன்சிலர் வந்து எங்கள் மாமனார் கத்தி எடுத்து வெட்டி அந்த இடத்துல ரத்தம் வந்துடுச்சு. எண்ணிட்டு அவங்க தடுக்கிறதுக்கு போனவங்கள எங்கள் வீட்டுக்காரையும் எங்கள் வீட்டுக்காரரை இரும்பு ஆடு, கத்தி, மரத்துண்டு 3 எடுத்துகிட்டு வந்து எங்கள் வீட்டுக்கார தலைமையில் பின்னாடி அடித்து சாகடிச்சிட்டாங்க. இங்கவே உயிர் போயிட்டுருக்குது, எங்களுக்கு தெரியல. நாங்கள் காவேரிப்பட்டினம் ஜிஹெச்சுக்கு போனோம். இங்கே அவர் விழுந்தது கூட தெரியாமல் கவுன்சிலர் அவங்க பையன் போலீஸில் இருக்காருல்ல குரு சூரியமூர்த்தி, அவங்க காலில் போட்டு மெரிச்சாங்க கழுத்தில்.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Analyst Ramasubramanian, also a political analyst, as a Shriram political analyst. But my first question is to Khushbu, leader of the BJP. The charge against you is that this can happen in any family. This was not politically motivated. The DMK is saying it didn't have to do with party affiliations. In fact, both the men were related. You are trying to create a political controversy. Khushbu.
Quite surprising that they come up with these kind of statements. And when you hear if this is something which is not, I think the DMK should not be even commented about it. Why Mr. T.K. Ilangovan has commented about it today? Why are they trying to hush up the issue? This is the Lance Naik Prabhu was attacked a week back. We lost him yesterday. What were they doing for a week? Why is that they did not look into it? Why was the DMK councillor even allowed, though the FIR was filed, and they said it was attempt to murder? If this is what the police has to say, Tamil Nadu police has to say that it was attempt to murder which was put in the FIR, why was the DMK councillor allowed to travel all the way to Kolar to a different state altogether? Why wasn't an eye kept on him that he cannot escape Tamil Nadu? Why all the basic facilities were given to him? Why is that when Mr. Chief Minister can comment on every little thing and tweet every 1 hour, why is that not a single tweet on this in the last 1 week? Why is it Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who is happily holidaying in Gulmarg, skiing in Gulmarg, why there is no tweet about this soldier? Because they don't matter? Because they are not the vote bank for them? Because it doesn't matter to them whether it's a soldier, let him go. It doesn't. I'm happily holidaying, I'm happily going around, I'm happy with the work I'm doing. It doesn't matter to me. When it comes to election, this is when we are going to talk about, this is when we are going to speak about. And if it was an opposition party, if it was BJP today, or if it was any other opposition party, I'm sure Rahul Gandhi would have sat at Jantar Mantar with one candle in his hand, or sitting there with his t-shirt and beard and say that, see, I have quit everything and I'm sitting here fighting for the rights of the people of my country.
Okay, answer this, Mr. Ramasubramanian. Let's start at the beginning. 1 week. 1 week, nothing done to this man. Why? Because he has special privileges, he's a councillor?
To whom you are asking, please?
To you, Mr. Ramasubramanian.
Okay. See, this is first of all, the FIR was registered as an attempt to murder because it happened on 8th and the person died on 14th. Therefore, during this period, it cannot be treated as a murder. Therefore, the FIR has been properly made. That's what I want to say.
He was allowed to travel out. He was allowed to travel out, leave alone taking action.
Yeah, but listen, during this period, 6 people have been arrested. And of course, the councillor has not been arrested.
Why?
6 people have been arrested, including 2 policemen who are related. Third point.
That is fine, but that is why we are asking. If 6 people could be arrested, why was the councillor given special privilege? Because he's DMK.
See, he would have hidden himself somewhere, and subsequently he has also been arrested. 9 people have been arrested, including 2 policemen. All the people,
Khushbu, you should
the
be
person
thankful.
who
9
murdered,
people have been
all the
arrested
people who connected even in the case, both the person murdered
Sir,
and
I'll
the
give
person
you,
who
I'll give you
murdered.
possible
Both the
reason. Wait a second, before Khushbu comes in, I'll give you possible reason. The wife of Raghu is saying at the time that they were killing her husband, they said, I am a DMK councillor, you can't do anything to me. You remember this. Khushbu.
Exactly, these were his words. And Mr. Ramasubramanian, you know Tamil very well. It was a pre-attempted murder. But why is it the DMK councillor allowed to travel? Why is it the other 3 people who were arrested or 6 people who were arrested? Why was the DMK councillor allowed to go? His son is a constable himself. Why was the DMK councillor's son was allowed to leave? Why was he not arrested despite being a constable? And what does it mean when the DMK councillor himself says that I belong to the ruling party? Unna panna mudiyadu, unna pudunga mudiyadu. What does it mean? आप कुछ नहीं उखाड़ सकते हो मेरा because you are part of DMK, you are part of the ruling government. And why there is not a single tweet by any of the DMK members? Why the chief minister is silent over this? Why nobody, the ally party of DMK has commented on this?
Go on,
Life
Mr.
of a soldier does
Ramasubramanian.
not matter to them?
You are talking from your point of view. All these statements have been made before you. How can you verify the statement?
Are you saying the wife is lying?
How can you verify the statement?
It's said by the wife. Are you saying that the wife is lying? Are you calling her a liar, sir?
See, first of all, the SP, I think, madam, you would have heard the statement given by the SP interview.
Will you believe the victim's wife or will you believe the SP? If the SP is accused of negligence, what do you expect him to say? Yes, we were negligent.
Clear, it started as a petty quarrel. And later on it became a fight between these 2 people. I don't justify even for a minute.
Sir, petty quarrel, Khushbu, it may have started as petty quarrel, it was then a murder. The man was already suffering from grievous injuries and then he passed away. There is still no reason.
It was a planned murder.
Khushbu.
And let me ask you, sir, this is on other debate also. Let me ask you, why was he killed? Why was he attacked? Because he went in support of his sister-in-law who was washing her clothes in the village pond. And she was stopped from doing that. She was harassed and she was asked to stop using the pond. And that is when Lance Naik Prabhu came over and he's supported his sister-in-law. What do you have to say for that, sir? You have a Jawan, a soldier who is there, right there at the border in different various conditions and supporting you, making sure that you and I sleep well.
See,
I
it was
sleep
not a
comfortably in our
mentioned
homes,
that it is
sir.
a premeditated
They give up their
murder.
lives
It is
for
not
us.
so. It started as a quarrel and ended in a murder.
Mr.
Therefore,
Pullarao,
you cannot come to a conclusion right
Mr.
from the
Pullarao,
beginning.
you can keep trying and splitting hair about, oh, this wasn't about party politics. This didn't have to do with any politics of the DMK, BJP. The larger question, and this is where I'll bring in SS Sriram also, is about the culture of impunity. Because if you belong to the DMK, you could be a councillor, you could be a leader, you could be a panchayat head, but you know that you will not be touched. And this is not the first time. You have got a VCK cadre in November 2022, threatened a CRPF Jawan. Why? Because the Jawan condemned Tirumavalavan's separatist remarks. Then you had another Jawan who got threats for fleeing the VCK. Then again, you had 2 DMK members who were arrested for sexually harassing a woman cop who were there in your party program. It's this culture of impunity which people are questioning. And when the CM stays quiet, their men also think it's okay. It is okay until there is outrage. Mr. Pullarao.
Absolutely, what you say, you must not forget. We have 80 million people. There are 80 million people in Tamil Nadu. It's very unfortunate what has happened. It's totally condemnable. No right-thinking person of any support, of any party, anywhere, to support this. What I suggest is that we give time to the Tamil Nadu police to get on top of this event, see that such events don't happen.
I'm sorry, sir, when you say there are 80 million people, are you saying that in millions and millions of people, 1 or 2 lives are dispensable? What do you mean by saying that there are millions of people in Tamil Nadu? What is that supposed to mean?
If an event were to occur in Uttar Pradesh, I would also condemn it, but I won't condemn all the people of the government. We have to rectify it and move on.
But that is exactly what happens. That is exactly what happens, sir, that whenever there is any crime in Uttar Pradesh, the Chief Minister's resignation is sought. Here we are not even saying that somebody should resign. All we are saying is, can there be a word of condemnation?
This incident will have far-ranging consequences. Nobody can deny that. How it gets directed, what happens, it is a shock. And the Tamil Nadu police is a professional body, one of the best police forces in the country. We have to give them some time to sort it out. And
Mr.
no
Sriram,
right-thinking,
it's
no
a professional police.
person.
Don't jump into muddy waters.
For me, Padmaja?
Yes, go on.
Padmaja, I mean, as a chameleon, I'll have to put my head down to shame. I mean, that's the least that I should do or I could do. And the government's silence, especially the Chief Minister, is quite appalling. I mean, this is the same government which took exception to the governor when he refused to say that Tamil Nadu is a place for, where the law and order is peaceful and the best in the country. That is what the government expected the governor to speak, and the governor refused to do so. And today the governor is vindicated. See, this is exactly what is happening. In the last 4 days, about 9 murders in Tamil Nadu, and people still expect the governor to say that this Tamil Nadu is a place of heaven. Now, my only request to the Chief Minister is, when his grandson had a problem for immigration, when he had to go abroad, he rushed in half an hour to ensure that his grandson's passage was safe. But the same Chief Minister has not opened his mouth for people of Tamil Nadu for having given him the chair of the Chief Minister. It doesn't bother to him to go and see, or at least to give him a word to say that things will be taken care. This is exactly the kind of politics that this DMK plays. And so is the Tamil media. The Tamil Nadu media will go for a rape case in UP. They will travel 1,000 kilometers from Tamil Nadu and cover it 24/7, saying Mr. Yogi Adityanath is a rowdy. Today, they are pin drop silence. They are such, I really don't know what even to say, that they are busy covering a local by-election and they are not bothered about this national soldier whom we all have to protect and be proud of is being
Mr.
slaughtered.
Ramasubramanian, terrible that, people's silence or people being vocal depends on how your politics is.
Madam, one thing I just would like to make a mention. See, the murder of a soldier has to be condemned to the fullest extent.
But why hasn't the CM condemned it then? Why hasn't the CM condemned it? You're saying it must be condemned, he hasn't.
Yes, I have been condemning, ma.
I also. You are not the CM.
Please listen to me. I also mentioned that I conveyed my condolences to the bereaved family.
Sir, it doesn't matter what you say. You are not the chief minister. The chief minister is responsible for the state and he is quiet.
See, I just would like to tell you, I don't know whether you are aware of it, in the month of October 2022, a soldier was murdered in Arani. The reason is he was murdered by his wife and her paramour. Was there any condemnation from the chief minister? So that is also a soldier.
What is this
That is also a soldier. That also happened in Tamil Nadu.
You are talking about condemnation. Today, Mr. Elangovan said, and I quote, that every time there is some incident in Tamil Nadu, the CM can't visit. He hasn't spoken, he hasn't visited, and Mr. Elangovan is saying, oh, the CM can't be expected to go everywhere. Khushbu.
Let me tell you, Padmaja, CM was in Salem today, which is just 1 hour away from Krishnagiri, where we have lost a soldier. If CM wanted, he could have easily visited just 1 hour away from the place. Why did he do that? Why did he go and visit the parents? Why didn't he go reach out to the parents and the wife and the family and give them a condolence? Why couldn't he reach out and say that I stand with you? Why couldn't he reach out that my party member has done it? I'll make sure that my party councillor is expelled from the party. Why didn't anybody reach out to the family today in the Krishnagiri? None of the party members have visited. None of them have commented, and you have a DMK leader saying that it's a small thing that has happened. And it is appalling to see Mr. Ramasubramanian saying that a soldier was killed in Arani by his wife and her paramour, and this is the same. So the paramour was not part of a political party. You don't expect, we didn't say that the chief minister has to comment on this. Here your party councillor has done it because you think being a DMK member, you can get away with murder. And that to a murder of a soldier, we should be hanging our heads in shame.
And it's not just the murder of one man, by the way. How much does it take for the family to be visited by the chief minister, who's 1 hour away, Mr. Pullarao? Because not only is Raghu dead, but his brother, who also is a serving Indian Army soldier, he is injured. At least visit him. Here are two men who serve the country. Minister. One is dead, one is injured. CM is 1 hour away. Why can't he visit?
We say no chief minister or home minister goes to such a spot in any part of the country. They have to wait till tempers cool. It's not a question of Mr. Stalin. It's a question of any other chief minister. Tempers have to cool. My good friend there would tell you, the DGP will say, don't go there, there will be a law and order problem. Yes, I agree with you. Everyone says it's a terrible incident. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. But CM going there will create a huge law and order problem.
Okay, fine. So CM going there will create law and order. Will CM speaking also create law and order?
That is his business, but he should have, definitely. We all feel, everyone feels that probably they are stunned into all of these things. They should condemn it, but he cannot visit the place like no other chief minister is advised to visit this place.
No chief minister visits it. This is laughable. I mean, a chief minister who keeps saying that this government is your government, a chief minister who keeps saying that, this is the best model state, a chief minister who keeps saying everything is in order, has not a single word to say, I'm sorry for what has happened and things will be taken care. I mean, this is appalling to come. We are not expecting the CM to even go, as you rightly said. But can't he say, this is what has happened, is not, and it should not have happened. This is where the difference is. And today he visited a councillor's mother who passed away in Chennai. He has the time to go and visit a condolence of his party women who had probably died. I'm not saying you should not do so, but here is the person who's saving the nation. You would have probably even voted this party. You didn't even bother to condemn it and say, sorry, come on, sir. This is quite... I have no words to say. The least I could. I'm flabbergasted, to say the least.
At the very least, would you say, Mr. Ramasubramanian, if not as a politician, as the Chief Minister, as a fellow Tamilian, Mr. Stalin should extend some words and maybe a healing touch to this family that's hurting? Or is politics more important?
I can tell you that it is for the CM to react to this. Because I am not a politician, I don't belong to any political party. So if the CM decides to offer his condolences, well and good. If he doesn't do it, it is for his own reason. I can't say anything beyond that. But at the same time, once again, I would like to reiterate that it started as a quarrel and it ended in a murder. And second point, when you are giving so much, we must respect the departed soul. At the same time, you must also respect the police. The SP has given a very good explanation in regard to this.
You decide to believe what the SP has said. However, there is a family which has an entirely different version of what happened. And they clearly are not satisfied with the action taken so far and with the silence that they see all around them, especially from the political dispensation. The Chief Minister can decide who he wants to answer to. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, Khushbu, for joining me.